All right, welcome everybody to Wednesday Wisdom. My name is Cassie Teal. I am so excited and so privileged that I get to spend some time with you guys tonight. And the purpose of this weekly coaching is to coach things outside of what we usually talk about. So much of the time, we talk about high level things because when we're coaching to a group of people, we could have brand new people that just started today on the line with us, and we could have people that have been around for 8 years like myself. So a lot of times when we're doing the larger coaching sessions, we dig into things at a higher level to make sure that we can be applicable to everybody. Well, the purpose of these weekly coaching sessions is to dig in a little bit deeper to things that we maybe don't always talk about in front of the big group. And up to this point, we've talked a lot about developing the different skills. Like we talked about daily method of operation. In fact, I'm looking at my notebook right now. I'm just going to go through the topics, but we talked about daily method of operation. We talked about having a conversation. We talked about how to invite. We talked about the system. We talked about follow up. Lots of those things are really dug into. And tonight, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about being intentional in your business, because this is what I know is I have been around the block now for almost 8 years, and I came to LifeVantage with no previous network marketing experience, and I've had to learn a lot of things the hard way. When I say I've had to learn a lot of things by experience, the trial, the trial and error. And I will tell you this, that one of the things I've learned in my business is being intentional matters. Knowing what you're doing and having a specific goal in mind matters. So I've got on the screen here your next 90 days matter, because right now we are about to go into the fourth quarter. And I can tell you this from all of my years being in LifeVantage, one of my mentors is Pro 10 Tyler Daniels. Now, if you don't know who Tyler is, it's because you've never been to a big event. If you've never been to a big event, I'm telling you right now, Salt Lake City is crucial in your business, because the big events are where decisions are made. That's what's going to really help you understand not only how big LifeVantage can be, but most importantly, it's going to help you understand how big you can be. That is where belief is built. That's where decisions are made. And frankly, events have really helped me understand how huge not only this opportunity is going to be, but it's also helped me understand and identify how huge any of us can be, right? I mean, this is something where everybody joining this opportunity has the opportunity to make a giant impact on a lot of people in this world. The question is, who's going to do it? Because somebody somewhere is going to do it. And the question is, why can't that somebody be us? And one of the things that I've learned is the key to this business is obviously working hard. But one of the keys to this business is working hard during the times where maybe not everybody's working as hard. And that's exactly what the next 90 days is we're going into the last 3 months of 2018. And I can tell you this from experience, everybody's going to be fired up and ready to rock and roll January 1st, because let's face it, that's when New Year's resolutions are set. That's when people make decisions to make more money, maybe lose some weight, get in shape, all these things. And that's really where network marketing companies just burst, right? January, February, March, and April are traditionally 4 of our largest months, not only in LifeVantage, but they are 4 of our largest months in network marketing as a whole. And so that's what when I'm talking about the next 90 days in your business, being intentional is huge, because here's the deal. You do this right, you can completely set up not only 2019, but 2020 and beyond. You choose to not do anything, you're going to be exactly where you are today. In fact, maybe you're going to go backwards a little bit. So tonight I want to talk about being intentional. And what does it look like to be intentional and lead your business with intention every single day? Because here's the deal. Here's what I've learned. People are either going to, if you want your team to follow you, you want to be doing the things that you want people to follow you doing, right? Because if you are somebody, it's one thing to tell somebody to do it. It's a whole other ballgame to physically do it and just show people the way. And one of the things that I've had to learn is sometimes personal growth is a big part of this business. And I had the opportunity to attend a huge event here a couple of weeks ago where we learned a lot of the behind the scenes things, because of course we're constantly talking about the skills we need to develop. Of course, we're talking all the time about our systems, right? We talk all the time about making a list and inviting people and telling the story and telling our story. And and following up and resolving concerns and helping close people, getting new people started, promoting events. Those are things we talk about all the time. What I want to talk about tonight, being intentional, is a piece to all of this, the piece that brings all of it together. So I'm hoping every one of you has got a notebook. I take a notebook with me everywhere I go. If you see me and we're in a meeting, I'm probably taking notes, because one of my mentors taught me a long time ago, you'd never, ever, ever trust your fortune to your memory. And so, like tonight, I told you I'm going to be coaching you some things that Tyler Daniels, Master Pro 10, has taught me. I'm also telling you something that another one of my mentors taught me is, don't ever trust your fortune to your memory. You want to give yourself the option to go back and listen and remember what you heard on this call tonight. So at this event that I attended a few weeks ago, we talked a lot about being intentional. And if you watch me on social media, on our Freedom Revolution daily Facebook Lives, I've been talking lately about getting into the grind. And what the grind is, that's those hours in the day that we physically do what we do, right? So for me, I do this full time, and I tell people all the time, I work a lot because I get to. I don't have to, but I've got my phone with me everywhere I go. And as I'm getting questions, I can, and the reason why I can check my texts, I can answer phone calls, I can do quick things in my car. But I will tell you, when I built the foundation of my business and when I'm really in the zone is when my business grows the fastest. And so that's really something that I've been challenging myself to do lately is, okay, how do you get in the grind and stay in the grind? Meaning, what does the daily grind look like? How do we get in the zone and how do we stay there? Because depending on how much time we have in our day, we can be in the zone for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is you want to be in a place where you can physically get into the zone and get into the grind and do what you need to do every single day. Because here's the thing, you can either do it or you cannot do it, right? When we don't do it, the worst thing that can happen is our business doesn't grow and we don't grow. And another one of my mentors taught me a long time ago, if we are not growing, we are dying. And if you are on this call right now, it's because you are in a place where you want to grow your business. And so I really, truly hope that you take this advice I'm giving you tonight and you take it to heart and you do something with it, because this is something that I'm challenging myself to do every single day. When I launched my business 8 years ago, I got into my zone every single day, right? Every single day I got into my zone and I got into the daily grind every single day. And when you look at what these next 90 days can mean for you, it means what you are going to do is you're going to set up 2019. So just think about this. If you do these things that I'm talking about tonight and you do them now, okay, you do them now, you get yourself ready to have the best year ever. And when you can do this now and have the best year ever, this is going to carry over. Now, I've been doing this now for almost 8 years, and I can tell you this, I can break down our entire business to 3 different 90-day runs in our business. When I talk about 90-day runs, 90 days of physically doing the things I'm going to talk to you about tonight, okay? So I'm telling you what, if you can get into the grind and get into the zone and do what you need to do, watch what happens in your business. And what's going to happen is not only are you going to do what you need to do, but you're going to develop a championship mindset. And when you've got a championship mindset, great things can happen, because we talk all the time, skills are 20%. 80% of your success is going to come right here. When you can physically get into the grind and do what you need to do every single day, not only are you going to physically see results, but you're going to see results here. And when that happens, not only are you going to see results in your back office, you're also going to set the example for your team. Because like I said, it's one thing to go tell people what to do. It's a whole other thing if you're out there doing it, living it, breathing it, eating it, sleeping it every single day. So tonight, again, I'm referencing my notes a lot tonight because I took a lot of time preparing for this call, because I think what we're going to talk about tonight could really change some things for some people. So first off, I want you guys to take a couple of mental notes. And so I write these questions down, and we're not going to think about this tonight, but I'm really going to challenge all of you to spend some time thinking about this after our call tonight. So my first question for you is, today, looking at where you are today in your business, what's holding you back from reaching your full potential? Like, what's getting in your way? I mean, what are those roadblocks getting in your way every single day? They could be physical roadblocks, they could be mental roadblocks, but whatever they are, what's getting in your way? What's holding you back from reaching your full potential? And really, when you look at all of these things, as far as what's physically holding you back, what's mentally holding you back, what's in your way, I guess the big question is, what is in your way from preventing you from being the champion that God designed you to be? Because let's face it, we all have roadblocks. We all have things that get in our way. And we just have to identify what those roadblocks are And then the next thing I want you to think about is, what does the zone look like for you? So when you say you're in the zone, what does that look like? What does a productive state of mind look like for you? Because for everybody it's different. Like I can tell you, for me, a productive state of mind looks like I'm in my office and I am working. I've got my prospect list in front of me, and I'm just knocking out call after call after call after call after call after call after call, prospecting brand new excited people. That's what the zone looks like for me. Okay. When I was in the zone when I launched my business, I didn't settle for 15 appointments a month. I was talking to 15 people a day. I would physically talk to 15 people a day because I wanted to physically I wanted to give 3 full presentations a day. That was my goal when I was in the zone. Some days it took me 2 hours. Some days it took me 10. Honestly, that's what it looked like for me, because that's how bad I wanted it. So you got to ask yourself, what does the zone look like for you? What does a productive state of mind look like for you? And then where are you spending your time today? Because I know if you are on this call, you're physically working your business, but what are you spending your time doing? Are you spending your time being reactive? Meaning, are you doing income producing activities, or are you just busy? Because I find myself some days I just get really, really busy doing reactive things till I realize I got to snap out of it. I got to get it together. I've got to get into the right state of mind, and I've got to get into the zone. I've got to get into my grind, and I've got to get to work if I want to see forward movement in my business. And then last question I have for everybody is, where is your head today? Meaning, where are you at today? Are you in a place where you're ready to develop that championship mindset? Because I'm going to give you a couple of key steps tonight that if you start doing these things, again, I'm covering these things with you guys because this is stuff that I'm currently doing every single day. And I've joked with people that I say, if I'm coaching something, it's because I'm currently going through it. It's a message that I need to hear. So I'm telling you, as I'm coaching you guys on this tonight, this is stuff I'm doing every single day. So number 1, write this down. What's your vision? And when I say what's your vision, what's your crystal clear vision? Do you have clarity in what you want? Meaning, do you have it mapped out? Do you have a roadmap on what it looks like for you to get what you want? Now, maybe you don't know all the answers of getting there, but if your goal is to be an elite distributor, do you know what that looks like? If your goal is to be a Pro 5 because you want to make about $2,000 a month, do you know what that looks like? But do you have a crystal clear vision of what you want? And do you have clarity of what that really feels like to get there? And do you have a roadmap? Do you know what it looks like to get there? Now, if you don't, it's okay. That's how we're talking about this today. And so now, after we talk about vision, this is a big one. Okay, what do I have to do to get to those things? Meaning, what are those key behaviors that need to happen? And we're going to talk about getting into the zone and getting into the grind. But ask yourself, okay, in order for me to get what I want, meaning in order for me to make $2,000 a month or $5,000 a month, or go bless 1 million people, I don't know, whatever your goal is, what do your daily behaviors need to look like? What do your habits need to look like? Because I can tell you this, and this is something that I've learned about myself. We can brainstorm all day long of all the things that we should be doing, but I can promise you probably can narrow it down to 3 things, that if you focus on 3 things every single day when you get into the zone, get into the grind, I guarantee your business would change. Okay? I almost guarantee that inviting and follow-up are 2 things that I guarantee that if we all get better on, and we know that we're going to get into our zone every single day, and we're going to work for 2 hours on inviting, and we're going to work on follow-up, and we're going to work on telling the story. I'm telling you what, those are 3 things that I guarantee if we do more of those, your business will change. My great friend Bob Triglia says it the best. More meetings equal more opportunities. Less meetings equal less opportunities. No meetings equal no opportunities. I have never heard it stated simpler than that. And so after we know a vision, after we know what we need to do to get to that vision, the next thing I'm gonna really challenge you guys to sit down and write out is, why are you doing this? Do you really know why? Because it's the why that's going to get you off the couch. I hear all the time, oh my gosh, your why should make you cry. Heck no, your why needs to get you moving, right? Your why needs to get you out of the chair, away from your book, whatever it is you like to do to pass the time. Maybe you like Netflix. Maybe there's a really cool series on Netflix right now you're watching. Your why needs to physically get you away from the Husker game to work your business. Your why needs to get you off the couch in front of, I don't know, whatever. I don't even know what's on Netflix right now because I don't even know. But your why needs to get you away from your distractions and get you working towards your goals, right? Because when you know your goals and you know why you're doing it, I'm telling you what, and I will ask you this, and I'll tell you this too. Do you honestly believe that you can have everything you want in the next 5 years if you just commit to this daily grind? Seriously, think about it. If you do the things that you need to do, if you can identify those 3 key things that you need to do every single day. When I see you, I'm saying me, because again, I'm coaching myself as I'm talking here. If we can all identify those 3 key things that we need to do every day, and we physically commit to those things in the next 5 years, everything we want, we could have it. Isn't that seem crazy? Because I know when I first started LifeVantage, I was working in corporate America, and I was eligible to retire in 2043. That would mean I had to go to that office and work for 33 more years after I'd already worked 10. I didn't want to work 43 years, guys and gals. I didn't want to. So that's when I realized, okay, if I make the decision today and I sacrifice today and do what I need to do today, that will shrink the amount of time I've got to come to this office and sit at this desk every day, right? And so when you really know what you want, that's what's going to physically get you off the couch and get you in motion. Number 4, this is a big one, and I think every single person on this call right now gets this one. Sacrifice is a part of it. Now, one of the things that I will tell you about sacrifice that I'm learning, something's got to give, but it does not need to be your family, okay? I will tell you, I was told a long time ago that things like, birthday parties come next year. They don't always come next year, okay? Weddings, you can go to the next one. No, not really, right? That family stuff is important to me, and you will hear me preach family all day long. There is enough other things that we can sacrifice in our lives that we don't need to sacrifice our entire families. Now, do we have to sacrifice some things? Absolutely, right? I've got 3 busy kids. Do I need to pick and choose sometimes? Do I have to, like, for example, I'm gonna miss my son's last home football game. My son that's a junior in college, I'm going to miss his last home football game to go to Salt Lake City to the convention. I know that that's part of the sacrifice that I need to miss that because I need to be at convention, because I can't ask any of you to make the sacrifice and be there if I'm not willing to do that. So yes, there will be some sacrifice, but don't sacrifice everything with your family, because raising a family is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yes, LifeVantage is once in a lifetime, but so are your kids. And so you're going to hear me say that all the time. That's sacrifice, but it doesn't necessarily need to be your kids, right? You're going to have to sacrifice some things, but not everything. And I will tell you this too, that I've also learned that sacrifice is seasonal. There's going to be times right now, like I can tell you the next 90 days is going to be crazy busy because I've committed to some pretty big things over the next 90 days. And I sat down with my family and said, okay, here's what mom's going to be doing over the next 90 days. So they agree, they know going into the next 90 days, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be chaotic, and everybody needs to step up. But I also know if I do what I need to do over the course of the next 90 days, that it's going to lighten up and things are going to get better, right? And mom's going to have more time. But if I do what I need to do now, it's going to pay off tenfold in 2019, 2020, and beyond. Because for every hour we work now, that's going to be worth 20 hours next year, believe it or not. One of my mentors told me that a long time ago. For every hour you work now, it's going to be worth 20 hours the next year. And every time I hear that, they're absolutely right. So sacrifice is part of this commitment. Number 5, fighting the enemy. This is a big one. And I've struggled with this. Believe it or not, every one of you is going to struggle with outside opinions, okay? People are going to tell you this isn't real. This isn't going to work. People are going to tell you to throw in the towel. They're going to tell you to quit. You, unfortunately, are one of those people that's going to tell yourself, you're going to tell yourself right here, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Why am I even doing this? What am I doing? You know what? You got to fight the enemy. You got to fight the enemy every single day. The first enemy you got to fight is the one right here. You got to take a look in the mirror every single day and tell yourself, you are good enough. You are worth it. And you are going to do everything you set out to do. Because sometimes that BS story we tell ourselves every single day is the worst one we could ever tell anybody, right? So not only do we need to fight the opinions of others, we've got to fight those internal thoughts. But I'm telling you what, fight the enemy, know what you want. And this is really where having a crystal clear vision and a great big why can get you through those things. Because I'm going to be honest with you, over the course of the past 8 years, there have been days where I've told myself, what in the heck am I doing? I just want to quit this today. I'm going to go back to a job because I just don't want to do it anymore. And then I think to myself, what the heck, Casman? What are you doing? You are doing one of the coolest things that you've ever done in your life. Why would you ever throw the towel in? But it's that daily battle of telling ourselves that we are good enough, we are in the right place, and we can do this. We just have to keep going. Okay, so fighting the enemy is a big deal. Decision time, physically making the decision to do this is part of it. Okay, making the decision should probably be number one, because when we get here, it's super easy to do it, but it's super, I mean, people say, oh yeah, I'm going to do it, but it's just as easy to not do it every single day. So just making the decision to commit and be here is a huge part of this process. Number 7, having a coach, having a mentor, having a running partner, any one of those things is big for a number of reasons. Number 1, what that person is going to do is not only hold you accountable, but this is what I'm learning. For any of you that have kids that are in sports and you've been their coach and you want to coach your kids and they look at you and they think that you're crazy, well, we all, whoops, there goes my notes. We all know that coaches, if you've ever coached a sport in your life, that as a coach, you physically see things from a different lens than your players do. That's exactly what a coach or a mentor or even a running partner, if you don't have a mentor in this business, I'm going to highly suggest you find one. You find somebody that you relate to that has the things that you want, and you ask them to guide you. A mentor is not going to do this for you. They're not going to build your business for you, but they will help you build your business. I tell people that all the time. I will help you build your business. My mentor from day one told me, Cassie, I will help you build your business. I can't do it for you, but I will help you. And that is really what a coach or a mentor can do, is help you see things from a different perspective. They can hold you accountable. But I think sometimes just having that outside set of eyes looking at your business can really help you figure out what you are doing different. I mean, my son says it best. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. Sometimes you need an outside set of eyes to look at you and just maybe just give you some little tweaks, right? And then, this is a big one too. Take quitting off the table right now. Number 8, just tell yourself right now, I am not going to quit, because when you quit, the only one that loses is you. Okay, that's it. When you quit, you lose, right? And so why in the world would you walk away from your dreams to go build somebody else's? When we quit this, we all know that we need money to make our lives work, right? We need money to live because we've got these things called residual bills. If we're not making money doing LifeVantage, we're going to make money doing something else because we have responsibilities. Why on earth would you give up on you to go help somebody else build their dreams, right? Why? And so when you look at the quitting game too, sometimes that's really when the blame game starts. When this thing isn't going the way you expect it to go, who are we blaming, right? I will tell you, it's super duper easy to point the fingers at everybody else when something doesn't go perfect. When maybe something comes up that you don't like, it's super easy to say, well, that's her fault, or that's his fault, or, that's not me. Sometimes I will tell you this: quit blaming and just start accepting responsibility and know that, you know what, this is not easy. This is not easy. I will tell you this right now. It is not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. If you can stick to this and commit tonight that you're going to do this, it will be worth it, because there will be a day that you wake up with this giant smile on your face and you've got the most intense gratitude you've ever had in your life, because you realize that you are doing something that not many people are ever able to do, and you are blessing lives all over this world, and you get to do this every single day. And when you come at this with gratitude versus expectations, the whole world changes. Okay, one of my dear friends told me that last night. She said, you know what, Cassie, are you looking at your business today with gratitude or with expectations? And when she said that, it was like, wow. I mean, it was seriously, it was awesome. It was awesome. So thank you, Christy Eggers, for sharing that with me last night, because you helped me look at some things in a whole different perspective. And I really appreciate you sharing that with me. And then the last thing here on my list, and then we're going to talk just a little bit, is working it and living it, okay? So when we work our business every day, just being the best, right? So we talk about different things that we need to do every single day. Go at life with a level 10 effort, right? We're not always going to have level 10 results with everything we do. Let's face it, we're not perfect. We are all works in progress. We're working every single day. We're learning. We're experiencing personal growth throughout all walks of our life, right? But if we come at life and come at our business with a level 10 effort, and we just literally live it every single day, great things can happen. And this is another thing that To be the best, I love this quote, to be the best, you've got to go through the process. So part of the process is falling in love with knowing that you're going to have to go through the process, and knowing that you know what, this is going to be these 10 steps I just talked about right now. It's not going to happen overnight. I cannot snap my fingers and become perfect and all these things overnight, but I know it's a process, and I'm a work in progress, and it's a process, and you're a work in progress, and we can all experience this together. And so when we make the choice to pour into ourselves, right? Think about your championship hour every single day. When are you your best? Take an hour every single day and pour into you. You've got 24 hours in a day. Take 1 hour every single day and pour into you and do what you need to do. Like for me, my first hour every single day, I'm in the gym because that's what I need to start my day. And that was a decision I made about 4 years ago that I needed to start pouring into me. So I didn't have a lot of extra time, so I started getting up early every day. My alarm clock goes off at 5 o'clock, and that's when I go to the gym because that's my hour to pour into me. My day, that hour that I pour into myself. So I get up at 5, I leave my house at about 5:30. I'm on my way home at about 6:45. 7 o'clock, my day starts getting my kids off to school, right? That's what I'm choosing to pour that hour into me to start my day. I need that, and so do you. Everybody needs a little bit of love that we pour into ourselves. So these 4 questions, and again, this is something that I've just recently implemented that I love. What do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? And I'll repeat these. What did I learn today? And what am I grateful for? I'm gonna repeat those again. What do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? So what do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? What did I learn today? And what am I grateful for? Those 4 things, those are questions that I ask myself every single day, okay? And so here's the deal. I think of the 10 things that I talked about right now as far as being intentional in our business. Probably the most important thing in all of this, obviously, is we got to make a decision. We've each and every one of us have got to make a decision because this is going to take effort, and there's some parts of this that are hard, but you are worth it. And when you can get through the hard and realize, you know what, life is hard, right? If we're working for somebody else, that can be hard too. Here we are making that investment in ourselves and doing the things that we can do every single day to go pour our lives and hearts and souls into changing this world. And I'm telling you what, there's so much satisfaction in serving others, but it's really hard to serve others if we are not in a right place ourselves. So when you look at the next 90 days, implementing the stuff I just talked about and really having some serious intention with what you do every single day, I'm telling you what, not only are you going to be different, but your business is going to be different. So I'm just going to really challenge everybody to figure out, okay, what does it look like to get into the zone every single day? Because for me, I know that I am at my best. And when I say I'm at my best, I mean, I can operate the best when I am in my zone and I've got 0 distractions. Okay, I know that about myself. So I've got to figure out, Cassie, what do you need to do every single day to get into that zone and stay there? Okay, and stay there. And then once I'm in my zone, what are the 3 things that we need to be doing every single day to get towards the goals that you set for yourself? So only you can do that, okay? Only you can decide what are those key behaviors that have to happen every single day. What does it look like for you to get into your zone? Okay, what has to happen for you to get in your zone? And then once you're there, what do you need to do? And then how long do you need to stay there? Okay, that is something only you can answer for yourself. So depending on what your goals are or where you are in your business, that answer is going to be different, right? And then honestly, the big thing here is understanding, okay, so in order for me to get into that zone, what has to change? Like what do I have to do differently? And I'm telling you this, if we can get into this zone and be super intentional and do the 3 things that we talked, that you have identified in your business, and do this every day for the next 90 days, do this for the rest of the year. Obviously, yes, we take Thanksgiving Day off, and yes, we take Christmas Day off, right? We don't need to be in our zone on those days that are designed for family. But if we can seriously have some major intention these next 90 days and do these things and know that, you know what, it's 90 days. I can do anything for 90 days. And taking the quit option off the table, I promise you this. What's the absolute worst thing that can happen? The absolute worst thing that can happen is you know what, you commit to something and you give it your all, and you put some serious effort into it and know that you threw everything at it and you tried as hard as you could. Okay, that's the worst thing. The worst thing can happen is you don't change. But I promise you, if you do these things, if you work your business and you live it every single day and you make it a part of who you are, and you can honestly answer to yourself, what do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? What did I learn today? What am I grateful for? I can guarantee you guys, not only are you going to go through some massive personal growth, and you are going to be bigger as a person at the end of 90 days, but I also truly believe that your business will be different because you've really challenged yourself to get into the zone. I mean, imagine this. Imagine even if you can put an hour a day into this and you put a full out hour every day for the next 90 days. That's 90 hours invested in your business. That's 90 hours that you went and you bet on yourself. What do you think your business is going to look like if you can honestly invest 90 good hours in your business over the course of the next 90 days? I'm telling you, friends, that is where the magic is at, is you committing, you making the decision, you setting those goals, having crystal clear vision on where you're going, understanding exactly what it's going to look like, having a mentor or a coach or a running partner helping you get through it, and just making the decision to do it and not quitting, and just having all out massive action in your business, you guys. So with that, I think we are, oh my gosh, we're at 9:32, perfect timing. So with that, you guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You guys are awesome. This is recorded, so if you do have somebody on your team that you want to share this with, what I'm going to do is post this recording to our team Facebook page, and you guys can go ahead and tag anybody you want. But thank you guys so much for joining me live tonight. I'm going to stop the recording right now. If anybody has got any questions, I will stay on the line for a bit and answer those questions for you.